If you're an Amazon seller that wants to rank higher, get more reviews, overall increase the conversion rate of your Amazon listing, then you're going to want to keep watching this video because Seller.Tools has just released a brand new feature slash tool that's got a lot of features inside this tool. So it's really, really cool, really, really powerful. And in this video, Troy and I are going to be going over all the different bells and whistles that this new tool has to offer. It's really cool. It's called the Listing Quality Score. Let me go ahead and introduce Troy so that he can tell us more about this. What's up, Troy?
Hey, Ian. Yeah, glad to be here. This is an important one when we think about, as a seller, if we stop and think about, is my product detail page, is my Amazon listing performing as good and up to its true potential? That's what Listing Quality Score, this free feature, free tool, now really aims to answer. So excited to cover it in detail.
Awesome. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Ian Smith. I run an Amazon marketing agency. We work with a lot of Amazon sellers and help them with running Facebook ads, Google ads, email marketing, chat bots. Overall, we help a lot of Amazon sellers with ranking higher, getting more reviews, and scaling their business. So if any of that sounds intriguing and you want to book a free consulting call with me, then head over to evolvemedia.agency. All right, so now let's go ahead and jump into Troy. Before you start sharing your screen, just tell us a little bit about what this new tool and all of its features has to offer.
Yeah, when we were starting to put this together, we were really answering that question of how do we make sure, how do we check off all the important boxes to make sure that we're getting all of the traffic, we're welcoming that traffic and converting it on our detail page, and be able to do that reliably with as much predictability as possible. And what's really cool, and what we'll touch on, is that you can use this tool across any Amazon listing. So if you want to look at your competitors, see what missed opportunities there are for them. But of course, what we're going to focus on as brand owners and sellers ourselves is no stone unturned, leaving no excuse not to be performing, realizing more sales, and ultimately growing our business because we're doing the Amazon specific pieces through listing, through the quality of our listing. We're doing them right.
Right. So tell us real quick, how does this compare to the other ones available out there?
Yeah, the big thing we wanted to make sure was, how do you make sure that it's actionable? How do you know what to do next if you see, okay, from a data perspective, this piece is missing, but then how does that translate into how we optimize our listing, how we treat our keywords, what media we focus on? We know detail pages are getting more media rich, so there's more videos, related video shorts. But we need to be able to just know, sort of at that first grade level, we want it to be that simple. Where should we focus to make sure that things are running optimally? So keywords, media, conversion friendliness, all key areas that we touch on.
So cool. Yeah. I mean, what you were showing me before we started recording is like, wow, like this basically takes, listing analyzers to the next level, like times 10, and really gives you a checklist of things that you should make changes or at least be aware of with your listing maybe lacking a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like many tools of ours. It's one that has to meet our scratch test as a bunch of sellers ourselves. Of when we know we're excited to run it against our listings, that's when we know, okay, this is truly actionable. We're not just giving you here's a 10. Okay, what does that even mean? What do I do with that next? So we were really excited to unleash it and get it in the community's hands. And because it's free, there's really no excuse to at least know and have that insight to where, many of us are just hungry to make sure, okay, we're on Amazon for a reason. Are we doing it right in our listing? Because our customers, they can't see or experience our product unless they land on our detail page, interact, add to cart. The value of it continues to increase exponentially, and getting these steps right is crucial.
Well, cool. Well, why don't you go ahead and share your screen and show us what this thing looks like. It's a Chrome extension, right? And when you say it's free, like they don't even need a paid Seller.Tools account at all, huh?
That's correct. You will need to sign up for a trial. All you need is your login, your credentials, your username and password to then get access to the free Chrome extension, because you'll plug in your credentials there, and that will give you full access to this free feature. And so then you're able to kick it off. And I'll go ahead and show here on my screen how you're able to access LQS, as we call it, Listing Quality Score, on any product detail page. So For example purposes here, I have searched vitamin C serum to find a good, solid result, a good product that is in the mix and fighting for some of the top spots for relevant keywords in this space. What you're going to notice now with the addition of this feature in our Chrome extension is LQS, found right here next to being able to download reviews on any listing. And let's break this down. You'll see the number again, 567 out of 1,000. But what makes up that breakdown for this listing's quality? So we give the overall score, and then we break it down into 3 key sections: keyword quality, media quality, and then conversion quality. You can always hover over the question mark here to get a more detailed explanation of what each one entails. But let's break this down a little bit more. Now, we know the importance of keywords when we run keyword research, when we track our keywords, but one of the key areas that we'll use keywords in is optimizing our listing. And this gives us that insight of, okay, now how are we doing when we've done adequate or hopefully superior keyword research? So let's go ahead and break some of these down. We have the title. Are we meeting the best practices of at least 75 characters for our title? We have our bullet points, and you'll notice you'll get blue check marks when we meet the best practices that we recommend for success on some of these specific listing elements. And then you'll get a notification as well if you are under that recommended limit. This is that insight of, okay, what areas exactly do I need to focus if I am not meeting that criteria? So we can see these 2 bullet points, 2 and 4, are under the recommended 400 limit. If we scroll down, we also get some additional insights here for our description and A+ and EBC content, the character count there as well. So we analyze that portion of your listing, which we know we can scroll down to find it. Listing quality score, we can just reposition that as needed to look at EBC or A+ content to see what characters are utilized, what keywords are utilized, and do they meet that recommended or best practice for truly optimized listing. Now, I want to scroll up to show you this next section too here, and this is where, Ian, this feature and tool really shines. Where we know a lot of sellers are still manually checking index of keywords, doing a pretty manual process for something highly important when it comes to the optimization of your listing. We have the ability here on the fly and in real time to be able to check the indexation of specific elements in our listing. So for title index, if I run check index, you're going to start to see this color coding coming in to confirm, to verify that we are indexed for the keywords that we've used for this specific part of our listing. Same goes for our bullet points. So I'll just click some of the next few, let the tool do the heavy lifting for me. And this is just that peace of mind, making sure, again, I've done my keyword research, I've utilized those keywords, I've plugged them into my listing, but how am I doing? How am I able to really verify that they're performing and I'm showing up indexed in Amazon's catalog for these keywords?
So obviously, we can go right through. Green means good and red means it didn't get indexed.
Exactly. We wanted to make sure you knew exactly, okay, green, all set, good to go, no changes needed, but red will pop up and show for any of the terms that you're not currently indexed for that may be important. So I was just going to go ahead and do all the bullet points so we can get a nice full list here. But because the bullet points are under optimized here, we know more characters can be used, but the characters that have been used, we have a few standouts here for keywords and phrases that we're not indexed for, whether it's damaging, boost natural stressors, weight in water. So kind of unique phrases, but we wanted to use a kind of a test and a sample here to highlight and give you a sense of what keyword indexation in bulk being done on the fly lets us know how this listing is doing at the keyword level. But very insightful, hard to miss.
So Troy, we covered the metadata, keywords, text, copy on the listing, but what does this do for the actual images and video on the listing? Does it do any kind of media checking?
Absolutely. And we know as listings get more and more media rich, this is going to be more and more crucial. So we really break this down. We look at images being used on the listing. Is that main image that you use is it high resolution and meeting that standard, as well as over time, is there a video on image 7? This has been a really great and new best practice to ensure that you're meeting that for the use. Again, you've got only a few slots. Are you using that video space now that Amazon allows you to for customers to access kind of above the fold for your listing? Also includes related video shorts, and then making sure that you do have EBC or A+ content in that description area.
Now, I would say I'm looking at your LQS there, and the coolest part that I think would probably be the coolest part is the conversion quality score. So if you want to jump into that one and tell us what that does.
Absolutely. I'm going to scroll back up and let's break that down as well. And this will inform how we get to our final and total score for our listing quality. So running a promotion. Are you currently running a promotion and up to 3 as a good best practice? Right now, this listing not optimized purely from a promotions sense. But we notice we've got a few others here of utilizing a sales price on your listing. Is this displaying an MSRP, or do you have that discounted sales price? Coupons as well, highly recommended. Great way to optimize a listing more completely. And that, again, is in the overall optimization of the pricing and the value that you're giving to your customers. The number of questions on your listing, another real tried and true one for welcoming more page interactions, but having at least 4 questions included. So we also break down ratings and reviews. We take a look and make sure that your star rating, we know again how important this is, whether it's in the Amazon search results or within the product detail page, meeting that minimum standard. The number of reviews that you have, your top reviews, how you're using both the top positive and critical review in an optimized way. And we also identify and look at other countries, how you're using those reviews and meeting a recommended minimum so that you're, again, fully optimized with your listing when it comes to both rating and reviews. And that, again, Ian paints the full picture of how a listing is set up. Is it truly optimized and performing in an optimal way at the same time?
Yeah. So as you can see, Seller.Tools' new tool, LQS, or listing quality score, is pretty powerful and gives you a pretty legit score out of 1,000 that you can look at your listing for, look at competitors' listings and compare scores. So really cool. Again, how you get this is you can sign up for the free trial, or if you have an actual paid Seller.Tools account, all you need to do is have your login, get the Chrome extension, and then log in and have access to this tool. So hopefully you have fun using this tool. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you to Troy for jumping on and showing us this really cool new tool/feature that they have, and we'll catch you in the next one.